All right, so I have a box of brand new CLE curriculum that I'm unboxing. And while I'm unboxing it, I thought I'd answer some of you guys' frequently asked questions when it comes to Christian Light education. Hey girly, my name is Wendy and I am a homeschooling mom of 5 little ones, and on this channel I talk about homeschooling and biblical womanhood and all the things that help to bring peaceful presence to your home. So let's jump right in. One of those things that helped me to be more peacefully present in my home is Christian Light education. I've done a lot of preschool curriculums, and Christian Light education truly has brought about a sense of wholesomeness, I guess, for lack of a better word, when it comes to our education, when it comes to our learning and things like that. So let's jump right in. The first thing that we got were these sight word flashcards. Now, my son is doing learning to read with Christian Light, and one of you guys' questions was, how are we liking it so far? We are absolutely loving it. Loving it, loving it. We are in book 102. And these are the sight words that they learn, because they learn sight words as well as phonemic awareness with letter sounds and blending and CVC words and all the things, but they also learn sight words at the same time. Now, these are the picture sight words, and a lot of times it helps kids to remember the sight words better when they have a picture and a phrase to associate with it. So in the front, you'll have the picture. In the back, you have the phrase. So it'll be like, do you like black or green olives? So when he sees do, he thinks about that. He sees the olives and he thinks about that. And it helps him remember. And this one's like some children like lollipops, or some children have lollipops and some children have candy canes. So if you look, I don't know if you can see it, but there's 2 sets of pictures, and one of them has lollipops and the other one has candy canes. And so this is all the flashcards, all the sight words flashcards that they have associated with learning to read. So one of the wait, I'm gonna get to that, hold on. So the next thing is our phonics cards. This is not going to be until we start language arts, and we don't start language arts until we reach book 105, I believe. And so they will have phonics cards that go alongside it. And now these phonics cards, I got the Jigamungus ones because, I mean, fabulous. Just all about like, give me the visuals and let me see it big, you know? And I might post them on the wall, but I can't, like, with the amazingness of these giant flashcards. But, so I got I think these are 8.5 by something. They're the big ones. There are 2 sets of phonics cards that you could get. I got the big mamas. Okay, yeah, they're the wall cards, so you can post them up on the wall. The other thing that I got that I didn't get last time with the learning to read is the flashcards. Because we did kindergarten 2, he really knows all the flashcards and their letter sounds, all the letters and their sounds well. So I didn't necessarily think I needed the flashcards, but there's these fun little stories that go alongside each letter. And so I was like, the flashcards would be nice for him to do alongside it, as well as I'm probably going to be doing this program with his sister as well. And so I just thought it would be fun to have. Sorry, it's not open. Packaging is great and tight. All right, here we go. So it starts off with the letter sounds, with the the flashcards do, but it starts off with all the letter sounds, and then it goes into like the blends, the SH blend, TH, WH, so the consonant blends. So yeah, got all the flashcards. And they go right along with the stories that they have. Nest. Nell's new nest is so nice to take a rest. So the little saying is on the back of the cards. I don't have it memorized. Now, originally, when I had purchased the Learning to Read program, I wasn't sure if it was going to work for my son or not. One of the things that I was concerned about was the amount of work. And I was like, oh, that's going to be too much work for a first grader or whatever the situation is. So I only purchased up to 105 when it came to Learning to Read. And I didn't get the second half because I'm like, if we end up not loving it, I don't want to have to dish out for the whole thing. And that's the other thing that you can do too. If you just want to try out CLE, you don't know if you want to commit yet to the full thing, is buy some of the light units. Don't buy all. Buy some of the teacher's manuals. Don't buy all. And then go back and buy the rest. So I bought just enough to get free shipping, and then I saved the rest for next time. But we turned out to really love it, and I think you guys will too. It's just very rich. The information is very rich and very thorough, and they don't skimp when it comes to the different ways that they teach. So this is why I love the teacher's manual to go alongside my my light units, is that there's a bunch of different ways and activities and things that reinforce the concepts in the teacher's manual that you miss out on if you don't have the light units as well. So from practicing blending by me saying, like, it'll tell me in here what blends to say, and I repeat, and he repeats after me. So I'll be like, what did I say? Cup, what did I say? Bub, whatever the situation is. Or it gives you like a list of words, and then I have him like stand up. Whenever you hear the I, stand up. Idaho, he'll stand up. Abraham, he has to sit down. Iron, he stands up. Apron, he has to sit down. So like I can make it fun and bring it alive and have him learn to recognize those letter sounds and stuff like that. But having the teacher's manual just helps for it to be a lot easier, and a lot easier for me that I'm not the one that's coming up with it or making it up. So I grabbed the teacher's manual for 106 to 110, as well as the light units for 106 to 110. Grab the rest of the light units. The other thing is, with the teacher's manual, you'll get to a certain spot every single day, because this is written for a classroom. So every single day, you'll get to a certain spot that says end of first section. And it's still within the same lesson, but it says end of first session. Looks like this. I don't know if you can see that. It says end of first session. And that is where I stop currently for the day. So that is what his stamina has built to, up to that point. So I stop, and then we finish off the lesson the next day. So it's taking us about 2 days to finish one lesson. And that works. That is fine. That works perfectly with me. I'm working at his pace. He is a young first grader, and just wanted to give that little tidbit that you don't have to do everything in one day. The other things I grabbed were there are 4 primers that go along with learning to read. I had grabbed the first 2, so now I grabbed the second 2, the We Learn and We Discover. The other thing I grabbed for him was this counting book, and it has daily activities for teaching counting. And so I grabbed this for him to go along with his counting as well, just to solidify the numbers, because he is also doing CLE math. Okay, go. You can ask Sean. Go downstairs, ask Sean.
So small like that.
Yeah. Where's some mine? Now, like I said, sorry guys, there are real kids around here and they're this day house. So I just live in it. The other thing I grabbed is his language arts. So I hadn't grabbed language arts yet because I wasn't sure if we were gonna do it, language arts with Christian Light, but my daughter has loved it so much that I'm gonna try it with him as well. And so I grabbed language arts, the light units 101 to 110. And I'm excited to get started on this. We won't be starting on this until he reaches 105 in learning to read. But once he reaches that, then we're gonna be starting language arts. And like I said, I'm gonna be doing some combination of not the full lesson every single day. So it's gonna, once we actually jump into the language arts and I see how long the lessons are and I see how he gravitates towards them and how he does it, then I'll decide how we will split it up. But we are going to be doing language arts with them. And so I hope that answers another question that somebody asked, which was, you know, how do you do it all? Because there's so many different like bookwork stuff when it comes to the kiddos. Like, how do you do it all? Number one, I personally don't have my child do everything. I don't have them do everything within the book specifically the way that it says to do it. So, for example, currently we have these pages where they are supposed to write the letter sound for the picture. Currently what we're doing is he's saying them to me out loud. He's telling me what the sound is out loud. And then I will write it, or it will just be verbal expression of what sound the pictures begin with. And so that's currently how we're doing that. So that part is a part that's skipped almost every lesson. But for the most part, we do everything else within the lesson. Yeah, we do everything else within the lesson except that one part. And that's just what works for us because I know that he knows the letter sounds and it just serves as extra handwriting practice really for him. And so I make sure that he does the first penmanship handwriting part and then the second one we do out loud. Currently, I don't know if we're going to still keep doing that because, you know, he might build back up his muscle and his stamina and be able to get it done. But because I don't feel the need to do everything, he's not overwhelmed by his work. Okay, the next thing that is in this box is my daughter's 306 to 310, her language arts. My fourth grader, third/fourth grader. We're kind of like, we year round. So we're kind of like in that in between phase right now. She's ending third grade year, starting her fourth grade year. She is loving CLE. She loves their language arts program. She loves the fact that she's got language arts, reading, math, those 3 books, and then she's done. For her, it's quick, it's easy, it's to the point. She's learning what she needs to learn, and then she can move on to other things. And she likes the way that the concepts are taught. She feels very confident within her reading language arts abilities, and she's built a lot of confidence with the we remember sections of the book because there's a lot of review in here, and that helps her to feel very, very confident in what she's doing. And so grabbed her the rest of her 5. We got the My Calendar book, and that's just to further focus on calendar. When I had nothing but littles in my home, we would do calendar every morning. We would do a calendar time in which I'd had like a big blue chart and we put numbers in it and we do all the calendar, but I feel like that's really missing within our homeschooling. So I grabbed the My Calendar book, but this is not just calendar pages where you're going over calendar. So it goes over weather, temperature, time, the moon, the different clouds, the different seasonal clothing and stuff like that. So it's a true calendar workbook. So I'm super excited to do that with my little ones as well. If you have any questions about CLE, let me know in the comments and I will go ahead and do a separate video just answering all your Q&A questions about Christian Light Education. It has been such a blessing to our home, and I'm so impressed by the thoroughness and just the efficiency and how they get the students to retain information that's taught to them. So yeah, I'm loving it so far. So let me know if you have any specific questions that I can answer for you. Don't forget to subscribe, and until next time, bye y'all.